Can I start now? Okay, great. Okay, good. Hi. So I'm Kyra, and thanks for being here. This is such a new way of doing all this work. So just to let you know a little bit about what we're gonna do, um, I have a movement-based theater company, and I also am an embodiment coach, and I work with all kinds of people. And essentially, the idea of what we're doing is just um, waking up our bodies from the inside out. And so, in our world, we tend to prioritize and try to do everything with our brains. Like we try and figure things out. We try to think our way through problems, think our way through um, everything, really. I mean, and so much of actually the process of living is about physically engaging and moving through. And our bodies know how to do everything, and they know how to learn, and they know the truth of what we're trying to express. They know our own limits. They know what we're drawn to and what fuels us. And so the work I do has to do with attuning to the different channels of the body and starting to value and include all these channels of the body in conversation with the brain and as uh, a way of living and making and creating and responding to. So we're just going to do a really fun practice around that. Essentially, it's a giant dance class. So I also come just a little bit about me. I had a spinal surgery when I was 12 and I was paralyzed from the chest down. And so everything that I teach comes from a foundation of being so off of a quote unquote normal track and having to relearn how to walk again and redefine what body is and what the words like feeling and sensation and movement are. Um, and so that process was entirely creative and entirely from listening to the tiny, tiny intricacies of my own body. And so that's what we're going to be. That's really the foundation of how I work. So just throughout this process, really, it is all about you and valuing and trusting that whatever you're doing is totally, totally fine. And that means like going to the bathroom, stopping and drinking water, being totally confused, feeling ridiculous, feeling good. And so there's really, really nothing that you could do wrong other than this is a collaboration between me and watching your bodies or my words and what how if I can't see you, how your bodies respond to my words. So I think that's all I'll say about this because this really or I guess the last thing I'll say is that see if you can imagine for the next 40 minutes or so imagine that you have that instead of you listening and responding from your brain, imagine that your whole body is a giant set of ears, mouth, nose, head, and that everything that I'm offering you, you are responding to from the brain of your whole body. And then just see what happens. So, sound good? All right, let's do this. So, just for to start, take a look around where you even are right now and just notice I'm going to put on a song and I want you just to take one song to make this space and whatever you're wearing or however if you need water, you're just going to make it a little bit better. So if you're wearing something comfortable, or you could be more comfortable, and you're just going to notice, like, is the lighting right? Do I feel like I'm in a private enough space? Yeah, and just see if you can set up the space, and you can just sort of start to, on your own, as you're moving through your spaces, just let your body start to move on its own, and let the music push you forward, pull you back, and see if you can just make your space feel really good. The way to truly be seen by furiously skimming in. And I'll just give you about 30 more seconds or so. Blood on my cheeks, birds gone by. One of my storms and they fly. People politely smile to make sure I won't come any closer. I am out for a walk, and I will not be back till the staining is skin. This is how I chose to talk with somebody. So, just to start off here. Let's just stand with your feet. Yeah, let your hands drop by the side of you. And just let your feet, the skin of your feet, see if you can let the skin of your feet spread underneath you, underneath your bones. Good. So you can let your eyes close, and you're just going to let the skin, imagine that all the skin on your body is letting itself drape over the bones of your body. And then see if you can just imagine your muscles around your bones. And then see if you can actually feel the blood and the water moving through your body. And if you can't, that's okay too. We're just orienting to the inside. And then just let the skin underneath the bones of your feet, let it spread even more, and let your bones feel the weight of your bones. So see if you can actually feel gravity pulling you down. And then as you pull, as you're feeling gravity pull you down, just gently press in to the bones of your feet up against gravity, and feel that that traction of pressing. What are you pressing up against? So you're feeling this texture of gravity pulling you down as you're pushing up a little bit into the sky. And then imagine there's these huge roots that your bones turned into roots, and they're rooting into the floor, through the earth, all the way to the center. And then there's this heat and this energy that's coming back up through those roots, all the way up through your feet, through your legs, up through your pelvis, through your rib cage, all the way up through your throat, through your spine, and then up through the center of your skull, all the way up to the sky. So there's this channel of energy and heat pulling you up to the sky. And then there's these roots grounding you into the earth. And just see if you can feel a little bit of space in your body here. And then just to start, before we move a lot, keeping your eyes closed, just start to bring your fingertips together and see if you can just start to become a little bit curious about your fingertip skin. So see if you can just feel the skin of your own fingertips touching all the skin of your other fingertips. And you're just keeping your eyes closed here, keeping your skin spreading at the bottom of your feet, keeping this root into the earth. Just start to notice your own skin. And you're just going to start to see if you can find something that feels good about this. Just notice if there's any little bit of this touch that feels like pleasure. And it's a felt sensation, so it's not going to come through your brain. And if you can't feel anything good, see if you can feel something that's less bad. And all you're going to start to do is curiously start to follow that sensation of good. And you're going to just start to feel your own skin. And you're going to start to feel the parameters of your own body. And you're going to go with this touch as if your fingers are touching for the first time. And they are following what feels good. And you're just going to feel the entire parameters of your body. So moving around your neck, your head, all the way on your own time, and your body can move. Yeah, let your neck move. Your body is going to start to move on its own, and just let it follow that. And you're just going to find this touch. And you're going to just follow this certain level of pleasure, getting your legs. And as you're doing this, let your lips soften. Good, you guys. Yeah. And if you ever start to speed up or get in your head, just become curious again. Even if it's like the most bogus thing you've ever heard, become curious about that. Just stay with the sensation of your skin, following the parameters of your whole body. Remembering your legs, the bottoms of your feet. And you just have 1.5 more minutes of this. Letting your body follow the movement of your fingertips. Letting your rib cage soften. Good. So sticking with this. So then just landing somewhere on your body. So we're still just arriving inside the skin here of our body. So just here, letting your hands land somewhere on your body that just needs a tiny bit more attention. So you're just going to let your hands land somewhere on your own skin. Good. And then from this place, just notice, see if with your attention you can just almost climb inside your body and go underneath the skin, and just notice if you can feel any sort of sensation here, or if there's an image or a color. So just notice the space in between where your hand is touching in your body. And then go even a layer underneath that. And if you were to describe this space with an image, or maybe there's a sensation of like hot or cold or color or sound or movement, and you're just going to watch it for a little longer. And you're going to follow it just a little bit farther. And whatever you think I mean, keep going with that. And then letting this attention stay just slightly on this image or this word or sensation. You're going to let your eyes open and you're just going to look around. And then you're going to let your eyes float and just almost like a feather land and see what you see. So I see a frame. I'm just saying to yourself what you see. See a red book, mirror, and you're just letting your eyes look around. And then letting your eyes close again and going back to that space and just noticing if something's changed. And then gently just letting it all go. We're going to start moving some more. So there's this orientation of, there's this skin that separates us from the world. And there's what's happening on the inside of us, and then there's what happens on the outside of us. And those two things are in constant communication, but they're not the same. So what we're moving from is you're listening and moving from this space from the inside, and you're finding curiosity on this inside space underneath your skin and between your bones. So just let your body start to shift. We're going to start to warm up a little more here. And you're just going to let your body start to shift a little bit from side to side. And you're going to just start to let your hips start to move. Can't really see me well, but nothing really is what I thought. Can you guys hear me okay? Yeah, great. So let your knees start to bend, and you're just going to let your hips start to widen, and you're going to start to, including that pleasure, you're going to start to follow this movement. We're going to get moving more in a second, but you're just going to start to let that movement from the ground, that pleasure, you're going to start to press up, and you're going to start to let it move up your body, and just moving your body in these curves, letting your pelvis wide, letting your spine start to move. Good. Let your spine start to affect the rest of your body, and it's all how your body's responding. So however you're moving is great. Good. And just let your body start to move in these circles. Good. And just let the arms start to move, let the elbows start to follow, let the neck, let your knees start to drip off of you. Let your feet press strongly into the floor. Good. Hold on, just stitching it up. Good. Switching this out. Keep moving like this, following what feels good. And you're just going to start to let there be a sort of a bounce. And you're going to start to let this bounce start to, you're going to bring the wideness of your pelvis. You're going to start to let it affect your right arm. Good. And the right elbow. And the right armpit. Let the rest of your body take a break. And you're just gonna let it go like it's taking over something. Good. Let the right side of your face, let the right sound come out. Let the right leg hit. Let the back of your leg. Good. Bring it to the other hand. The left side. And you're gonna let that left elbow, let that left arm hit in the rib cage, in the left hip. Good. Letting both arms, letting the butt and the pelvis, and letting your movements get even bigger. Let them get bigger. Good. Even bigger. Let your knees bounce. Bend a little smaller and bigger. Good. Smaller and bigger. Good. Let your knees start to bend and get closer to the ground. Letting your head and neck go. Good. Yeah. Yes. And then press up. And just start to take up a little more space in your room. And you're just going to start to imagine that you're underwater. And your body is moving with this tide. And you're moving and you're going with the tide. So your body is being pulled through your space and you're going with it. And your whole body, these lengthening sea anemone and arm octopus creature things. And they're moving and they're taking you through the entire space. Good. Keep moving and it's starting to move you a little faster. It's starting to move you a little faster through your space. So get through the space. Yeah. Let it take you through. Great. And now, this water, you're going against the water. So see if you can start to move. But it's hard now because all the currents are coming towards you. And you're trying to get to the other side of the whole ocean. So get your body moving. Like you've never swam this hard. And you're just, yeah. Now, as you're doing this, see if you can find that pleasure in your body. See if you can find the opening in your hips. As you're going up current, see if you can find some pleasure up your spine. Good. Up your spine, down your legs. Become curious. And, yeah. Can you even make your pelvis wider? Can you make your skin spread even bigger? Can you, for 10 more seconds, imagine there's a wall in front of you of water and you have to get through it. You can even push against your wall. And I want you to include this where even as you push so hard against this wall, is there any bit of sensation of pleasure that's traveling through your body that moves you? Can your skin soften in this pressure against this wall? Can you soften as you push? Good. Keep going. A little bit longer. Yeah, a little longer. A little longer. Press with a new part of your body. Your arms are getting so tired. Include your hips and your knees. Good. A little longer. Yeah, push against each other. And then release. Release. And then just move with this let go. Move with this let go. Let your bones feel the other side. Like this opening in the wall. And it just moves you through your room. Let your whole body release here. Let your whole body release. And you're just going to start walking through your space a little bit. So good. You guys, yeah. So you're moving. How, you guys doing okay? Great. Okay. So you've just included, you've turned on this level of effort. And inside of that, you've found this level of pleasure. So you're working this balance between the two. You can feel your feet now. You've woken up this inside world, and now you're in response to everything around you. So you're just going to start to walk around your space here. And you're going to walk how you want to walk. You're going to walk how it feels good because you've been strengthening that. So walk even farther. Walk in ways as if you don't even know what walking is. How would you find your own way around your room? Maybe you climb on top of something, or you crawl under, or you go backwards. Imagine if this was the first time you've ever heard the word walk in your life, but you have to cover every fucking ounce of your room. Wherever you are, find your way. Good. And imagine that this music is so loud. Good. And as you're walking around, just start to see what's around you, and you're going to just start to say them out loud. You're going to start to say picture frame, window, and shell, mirror, pen. And you're just going to, as you're seeing it with your eyes and you're still moving, heater, space heater, lamp. Good. As you're moving through this space, forwards and backwards. Yeah, let it feel good. Now you're going to start naming those things, but you're going to start to give them different names. So you're going to point to it, and you're going to go toilet, brush. You're going to give them new names. Sequin, silk, friend. Good. And it's not, it is absurd. And now you're going to keep going through your space, but you're going to start to give it a sound. So, you're going to point at things as you're moving through. And you're going to just let the sound. Good. Good. And you're just moving a little bit faster. A little bit faster you're moving through the space. Forwards, backwards, up, down, however your movement. Yeah. Yeah, you look good. Moving a little more. Even more. Even more. And freeze. Freeze. And then as you're frozen here, feel all that movement going through your body, contained by all that skin and bone. Move. Go for it. Let it go. Let it move. Yeah. Getting a little bit more. Yeah. Yes. Good. Freeze. And now just feel all that movement going through this body. Move just as much as you're moving, but in this frozen state. Good. Let it go. Let it go. Good. Keep moving. We're just going to go. We're going to just keep going because we don't have a ton of time. I'm just going to keep you going a little longer. And I'm just trusting that you can hear and you're with me here. But you guys look good. So as you're just moving here still, let your body slow it down. So even again, just pause for a moment in whatever shape you're in. Don't adjust yourself. Pause in whatever shape you're in. Yeah. No need to adjust. And just in this moment, in this paused state, feel how much movement is actually very much alive inside your body. So imagine you're moving through the whole room like you were, but you're still. And just feel how much alive is inside right now. And staying a little bit from this, coming back to that sense of pleasure. So we become aware sometimes. So there's times where you're becoming aware of where your hands are, of pleasure, of of what's on the outside, what's on the inside. But for this moment, as I'm speaking, I want you to actually be your hands. So start to move from the perspective, from the orientation, you are pleasure. So start to let your body, you are the strength in your legs moving with pleasure. And just see how it changes. And as you're doing this, soften your lips. Soften your lips. See if your throat, you can imagine that there's this cool water going down your throat. Let your hips become giant bowls. Just following whatever feels good. Let your spine grow you into more. Good. Let your legs take you somewhere. So you are this movement, you are this body, and there's absolutely, you're being totally held now. So you just move, let your body move you. You're just following. And what if I were to say, as you're moving, your mouth is birthing 17,000 rose petals. So your mouth is birthing 17,000 rose petals. Good. So while your mouth is birthing 17,000 rose petals, your shoulder blades are jaguars ready to hunt. So your shoulder blades are jaguars ready to hunt. And your mouth is birthing rose petals. And your hips are madly in love. Your hips are madly in love. Your shoulder blades are jaguars on the hunt. And your mouth is birthing rose petals. And your fingertips are having a nightmare. Your fingertips are having a nightmare. Your hips are in love. Your mouth is birthing rose petals. Your shoulder blades are jaguars. And your legs are a stampede of 50 million 2-year-olds running for their lives towards yes. So a stampede, yes, of 2-year-old, 4-year-olds, 2-year-olds. Your mouth is birthing petals. Your shoulder blades are jaguars. Your hips are in love. Your fingertips are having a nightmare. Your legs are a stampede. And there's warm water rushing down all of your skin. Good. One more time, your hips are in love. Your shoulder blades are jaguars. Your fingertips are having a nightmare. Your mouth is birthing rose petals and your legs are a stampede. And you are the wind. And there's water coming down your whole body. Good. Yeah. And then just let it all go. Just let it all go. Let your body just move. Let it move. Let it move. I'll turn up for a sec. Take it through the room. Come back to the pleasure. Following it. Letting your body move. Good. Good. Letting it all go. Letting it all go. Letting it all just go and moving one more time as you want to move. Letting it slow down. Letting it slow down and dropping. Any part that's holding, drop it. Anything in your body that feels like it's clenching, give it space. Yeah. And you're just going to let the imprint of all that move you. Yeah. Beautiful. Good. And just finding this moment. Finding a moment of pause. And as you're pausing here again, close your eyes. And just notice if there's somewhere inside your body that you notice if there's a sensation. So let your eyes close. And maybe you put your hand there, or maybe you just notice. And with your eyes closed, just see if there's any detail about this sensation. Is it fast? Or is it slow? Is it prickly? Or is there an image? If I didn't know what slow meant, how would you describe it? An image. Or maybe there's a sound. So just becoming more curious about this, and you're just going to follow it even a little longer. And then keeping your attention here, you're going to let your eyes open. And you're just going to look around and see what you see again. See what's outside of you. You see each other. See what's above you, what's behind you. As you're looking around, can you still hold a little bit of attention to what's on the inside? And also, can you feel the back of your body? Can you feel the imprint of your hands as they were touching your body? Good. And then just let your eyes come back. And so for this, you guys are doing so great. I know it's sort of crazy. It's so beautiful. I wish I could be in the rooms with all of you. So I'm just going to do one more thing and it's really about following again what feels okay for your body. So I'm going to start to count. I'll set you up for it, so don't really worry. But essentially, all you need to know is I'm going to start to count down after I give you a way to work with it. You're going to start to go down. I'm going to call 10, 9, 8, 7. It's so hard to show on this. I need to get like a big screen, but basically going to go down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You'll be all the way to the ground on 1, like laying down all the way down as if you're never going to get up again. And then you're going to come back up on 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then back down on 8, 7, 6, and then up on 7, 6, and then I'll come back again. Okay. You'll get it. Does that sort of make sense in the same way everything else has? Great. So whatever, and it obviously doesn't matter what the hell you do, but that's what you're just trying to work. That's the frame in which we're working with. And that's really all you need to know. So we're just going to keep building. Usually there's a lot more space, but I want us to keep moving for this time, and then I'll give you a little space. So to set you up with this, we're still going. So there's just been a little bit of a pause, and you're just going to, again, let your arms drop here and come back to these sensations. So maybe your heartbeat is moving differently now. And just notice right now, or don't even notice, start to let your breath just empty out entirely. So you don't need to change your breath. Just let the exhale empty out a little more. And then let the rebound of the inhale fill you up. And then let that exhale let you fall a little. And just ever so slightly, without moving, so without it being an exaggeration from your skin, let your breath just fill you up even a little more from inhaling through your mouth. And then you're just letting it sort of spill as if you had a mouthful of water, and you just like let it open out of you, and you're going to let it exhale a little more. And you're just moving a little bit with this, not moving like a dance, but you're just letting your breath move you as it does from the inside naturally, and then letting the spill affect your body. So what is it to spill your breath over your whole body? And you're going to let the inhale come up through your legs now, and see if you can actually feel it moving through your pelvis and your spine and your rib cage all the way up, and then see if you can feel it spilling outside of your body. Yeah. Even let some sound out. Good. So and now coming back to where we were in the beginning, and just as you're breathing here, you're going to press into your feet a little bit. And again, you're going to come back to almost like you're kissing gravity. So kiss gravity with your strength, and then give in to gravity with your exhale. And you're going to, in the effort, you're going to find the pleasure. And in the exhale, you're going to find the strength. Whatever that means to you works. So all you're going to do as you start to go down with my numbers, you're going to let gravity kiss your skin and press gently into you to the ground, and then you're going to feel strength, the pleasure of strength pushing up against gravity on the way back down. So going down as if you've never gone towards the floor before, you're going to go down on 10, 9, 8, staying with my numbers, 6, good, 5, feel the gravity, let it pull you down, 4, 3, 2, all the way to the ground on 1, yeah, let it be a little awkward, coming back up on 9, 8, you feel your strength, 7, yeah, 6, let it press into gravity, 5, 4, 3, 2, all the way up on 1, back down on 8, let it be an exhale, let your body be a spilling breath, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back up on 7, 6, 5, 4, like the first time you've ever reached up, 3, 2, 1, back down on 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, beautiful, back up on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down on 4, 3, 2, can you keep this going, 1, 3, up on 3, 2, 1, down on 2, 1, up on 1, down on 2, 1, up on 3, 2, 1, how can you find the same pattern even in this exhaustion, down on 4, letting your body be caressed by the tension, by the texture, pleasure of gravity. 1, all the way to the ground, coming back up on 5, 4, 3, 2, I lost count, 1, back down on 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A couple more times, back up on 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let it be beautiful. 1, back down on 8. Yes, play with it. It's totally absurd. 3, all the way down. 2, 1, back up on 9, 8. You're almost there. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the last time you're going down, this is the last time you'll ever go to the ground. On 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, all the way to the ground on 1. And then just let your body completely surrender to the earth underneath your whole body. So even your bones are being held instead of holding you. Your muscles are being held instead of holding you. Your entire body is being held. So just as you're laying here, can you let your body get even more comfortable? So let your body give in, or be your body held. So now those roots that were coming out of your feet, they're now coming out of the whole back of your body, and they're weaved into the earth, holding you while the sky is feeding you. Just let your body, or be your body, spread. And just as you lay here, can you feel the wind coming up through your feet? All the way up through your legs. Through your pelvis as it's been widened. Through your spine that's so warm. Through your soft throat. Your gentle lips and your head out the center of your skull. Allow your breath to wash you. And just in this space, as you're being held, just let your own fingertips touch each other. See if you can feel your heart beating. You're very much alive. Very, very much alive. And just come back to that curiosity of what feels good here. And without needing to move in this big way, have a little duet with all the inner pieces of your body. So let your bones have their chance to follow pleasure in this time. There's so much happening on the inside of your body. So just give a little bit of space for all that movement to find its way to the ground. Let your body breathe and spill out of you. Let it fill you. Become heavier and lighter at the same time. Remember the rose petals out of your mouth and your pelvis and your hips and neck. Kissing gravity, being kissed by gravity. And then one last time, close your eyes and as if you climb inside your eyes, inside your body. Where does your attention go? And you're just going to follow it a little farther. And you're just going to ask your body, what do you want to tell me? And then just listen with that giant body of a brain. Let it emerge. And maybe it's just a sound, or maybe it's the slightest movement. But what does your body want to tell you? And maybe it just doesn't. Maybe there's just space. Feel anything. What does nothing taste like? What does everything look like in this moment? And just thank your body here. And if you're with someone else, you can thank them and you can laugh and be aware of just the playfulness of all of this. And then one more time, inhale. And then exhale everything out. And then just take a few last breaths in this quietness. And then you can just roll over. Following, like still, it feels sort of good. And then pressing yourself up to seated. So thank you so much. It was so sweet to see all that. I wish I could just be there and meet you all in person and touch you. And um, really, there's nothing to do with this other than nothing really. If there's anything, if you can find 1 minute a day to even one song or 1 minute where you can just tune into something inside that feels good and start to notice, it'll just become stronger on its own, and it'll just include itself, and it makes things, it makes the textures of life start to come more alive, and it's so worth it. So that's really all there is to do with this. And there's nothing to figure out. If anything, just see if you can see what the next moment to all this would be, and drink good water and eat good food, and let your bodies follow what you want to do. Um, but other than that, it was just so beautiful to watch you guys and whoever else is here. But I'm so happy I had got to meet you in this way. And if anybody has any questions, I'm totally here, um, and can give more information about the work I do and all of that. But this little moment was just all of ours and everybody who was in that space. So I hope that you got something out of it, and I hope that was fun for you guys, and just thank you so much.